Welcome to a world built on harmony. Here, in this vibrant agrarian village, the sun always seems to shine on a community buzzing with expectant energy. At the center of it all stands the village patriarch, alongside a loving mother, eagerly welcoming their newest children. He watches with intense pride as 3 identical offspring arrive, each a perfect reflection of his own image. There is a strict, unspoken law governing this community. Your worth and your very right to belong are dictated by how well you match the established family aesthetic. To be accepted is to look the part. In this environment, any deviation is treated with deep suspicion. A difference in appearance is viewed as a direct threat to the community's fragile identity. That fragile identity fractures the moment the final child arrives. He emerges wearing striking blue garments, bearing unique physical marks that contrast with the uniform look of the rest of the village. Completely unaware of the strict visual codes around him, the boy eagerly reaches up to the patriarch, seeking the warm embrace every new child expects. The patriarch freezes. As the murmurs of the villagers begin to spread, the fear of public humiliation takes hold. Instead of returning the embrace, he recoils and coldly forces the innocent boy away. Surrounded by judging eyes, the mother remains powerless and silent. The child is left heartbroken, physically shoved to the cold, lonely edges of the settlement. Superficial pride strips the most vulnerable of their safety. By prioritizing his own ego over his child, the patriarch creates a dangerous vacuum of belonging. The child now sits alone at the absolute edge of the forest. The warm light of the village fades behind him, replaced by the menacing shadows of the treacherous unknown. From those shadows, a cloaked rogue watches closely. He sees a discarded, lonely victim and recognizes the desperation of an outcast. The rogue approaches and offers exactly what the boy craves most, a promise of reunion with his mother. Trusting and desperate, the child follows him deep into the woods. When a community banishes its own, they hand-deliver prey to the wilderness. The village's rejection directly exposed the innocent boy to a predator willing to exploit his need for connection. Back at the village, the illusion of safety shatters. Word arrives that the boy has been taken, and the patriarch's arrogant pride instantly dissolves into terror. He realizes that his cruelty fed the forest's evil. His fear of judgment laid out the welcome mat for the villains to strike. The parents abandon the village, tearing blindly through the thorny jungle. It is a desperate sprint to track the bandits before the trail goes cold. The imminent threat of real loss clarifies his priorities. True leadership requires prioritizing protective action over any concern for public appearances. Deep in the woods lies the bandit's lair, guarded by a massive brute. He grips a heavy iron cage, preparing to lock the child away forever. The parents finally arrive at the hideout. They are outsized and outmatched, staring down a brutal enemy and a pack of vicious guards. Without hesitation, they fearlessly launch themselves into the fray. Driven by raw, protective fury, they physically overwhelm the attackers and force the bandits to retreat. Devotion is defined by the willingness to risk everything for the vulnerable, even when the odds are stacked against you. The clash ends, leaving the dark woods quiet once more. The family stands together near the safety of the forest edge, catching their breath. The patriarch falls to his knees in the dirt. Stripped of his former arrogance, he tearfully admits his blindness and begs the young boy for forgiveness. The boy carries no grudge. He steps forward slowly and wraps his arms tightly around his father's neck. The father accepts him completely. He formally claims the boy as his own true son, vowing to protect him from that day forward. Unconditional grace carries incredible weight. This total forgiveness heals the deep wounds the village's prejudice once inflicted. The family returns to a village now bathed in the setting sun. Order is restored, but the atmosphere has shifted toward genuine unity. This community no longer looks for a mirror image to define a relative. They recognize family in the parents who charged into a bandit lair and the son who offered grace when he had every reason to refuse.
The boys' blue marks haven't changed, but the village's perspective has. Their willingness to protect what is different has replaced their fragile pride with a durable bond.